popular examples of this is a product called the Nest thermometer by Nest Labs, and you can remotely control the temperature in your house. So you went out of town on vacation, forgot to reset your thermostat, you can do that. It also has self-learning capabilities, so it will detect as you're turning the temperature up and down what your behavior patterns are, when you go to work, when you go to school, what you like the settings at, and it will start to automatically do that over time, save you upwards of 20% on your heating and cooling bills. Now, Nest also introduced something called the a smoke detector a few weeks before it got acquired by Google. I have one of these Nest smoke detectors in my house, and I can tell you I'm already seeing the benefits of the Google acquisition. Tested it the other day just to make sure it was working, and then the next time I got online to do a search for something, it popped up an ad for a fire extinguisher and home cleaning services, so lots of value from that acquisition. There's something called the Philips Hue, which allows you to control your lighting system. So say you're coming home late at night, it's really dark out, you want to turn the lights on 5 minutes before you get there, you can do that. You can program it to turn the lights on and off while you're out of town. Say perhaps you want mood lighting for the Super Bowl or a big game, or maybe you're having a romantic dinner. You can control all this stuff through your smartphone now. Not everything is Wi-Fi enabled, and for those things that aren't, you can just simply plug them into a Wi-Fi enabled outlet. So if you say, for example, we're living in an apartment and you had a space heater that you like to use, it's not safe to leave it on during the day while you're at work, but while you're on the subway or the train home, you could turn it on 5 or 10 minutes before you get to your apartment and it'll be all nice and warm for you. Or perhaps you're sitting at work in the afternoon, you worry that your kids aren't doing their homework, that they're playing video games, you can log in and you can turn off the outlet that they're connected to the video games for. Now, something tells me the kids would just take it and plug it in somewhere else, but this is how they market this. These Wi-Fi connectivity and internet devices are making their way into the kitchen. You probably heard about smart refrigerators, smart dishwashers. There's also a smart crock pot now. So you were planning to be home at 6, now you're going to be home late at 8. You can log into the crock pot and move it from regular cook to slow cook. These are not infomercials, by the way. I know these look like things that you would see on Saturday Night Live, kind of silly, ridiculous products. But if you go on Amazon.com or eBay or do a Google search on any of these things, I can assure you that they're real. One of my favorites is something called the Happy Fork. It's an internet-enabled fork that monitors your eating patterns. So if you're eating too fast, the fork will buzz and start to have a blinking red light, and it will phone home to the cloud and tell people that you're eating too fast. Now, I know what you're worried about, but it is dishwasher safe. How could we live without a Wi-Fi enabled toothbrush? Make sure that you're brushing 3 times a day for at least 2 minutes, that you're getting the front and the back. In fact, you can even be rewarded with games and prizes if you elect to share your stats with other members in the social network of the toothbrushing community. And just to show you that nothing is sacred, there is a Wi-Fi enabled toilet. Now, I'll spare you the details here, but suffice to say that the folks in Japan thought that there would be some health benefits by proactively monitoring things. I'll just kind of leave it at that. And they're not just for adults. There are Wi-Fi toilets for children. The iPotty. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought, okay, well, that's pretty cool if you're trying to potty train your kid. They have to sit there. You can monitor whether they're having to sit there for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes, and as the time getting shorter and shorter as they're learning to potty train. But the toilet part itself is actually pretty dumb. All it does is have a holster for an iPad so that they can sit there and be entertained, and are more likely to sit on there. Now, I know some of you men in the audience are thinking, hey, that looks pretty cool. I'd like to get me one of them. Well, you're in luck. There is an iPad holder with a toilet paper ring on it. And some of you might be thinking, well, should I really spend $100 on this? And it seems like a nicety, but there's a good argument from a hygienic standpoint. You don't want to be touching that.